New Mexico Grass tells the story of cannabis in the land of enchantment. From the Llano Estacado to Shiprock, and from the Sangre de Cristos down the Rio Grande and past Mesilla, the story of New Mexico is alive with culture and wisdom, and cannabis has long been a part of that tale. Please join us as we sit down with our friends and neighbors across this great state, and let's learn what they have to say.
Good afternoon, everyone. Quick update here from New Mexico Grass. Today is Wednesday, March 10th. Yesterday, Tuesday, March 9th, HB 12, the bill that is going through the New Mexico State Legislature right now. It's currently in the Senate. It passed yesterday out of the Tax, Business, and Transportation Committee. A couple of interesting things happened during this committee. First off, I want to give a shout out to Senator Carrie Hamblen for all her big support yesterday in the bill. She mentioned a lot of good points. One of the things she talked about was tourism, bringing lots of tourism into the state, something this bill will do. So big shout out to her. Also, I want to give a shout out to Linda Trujillo, Superintendent of the Regulations and Licensing Department here in New Mexico. She was the one that was responsible for the amendment that got attached. Now, this is a part of the big news here. The amendment now raises the micro license plant count to 200. Thank you very much. That was something we were talking about. That was something that we were hoping for behind the scenes here at New Mexico Grass. That we have it now is fantastic. There is one sort of big elephant in the room, if you will, on this bill as it moves forward now into the Judiciary Committee. And the major sticking point seems to be an unlimited plant count for the producers in the state, for the large guys in the state. Now, Senator Gerald Ortiz Pino made a really interesting compromise suggestion that I thought would work great. He said, why don't we implement some limitations, some plant count limitations on the big folks, but make it very reasonable, very large numbers that are more than appropriate for anyone to grow in any one season. And then after a certain period of time, that limitation can sunset, and then the government can come back in and review, see what future limits might be necessary, and the industry can participate in this review process and have a say in what those limits might be going forward. This seems much more reasonable to me than no limits whatsoever. When we talk about no limits, we got to bring up Senate Bill 288 from Cliff Pirtle. He was talking about it yesterday, and he kept emphasizing that the main point of his bill and not having these plant count limits was to keep the price as low as possible. And he was using that to say, we have to get rid of the black market. We have to get rid of the black. He's so focused on the black market. He's trying to sell to business people like me the idea that I should be excited about getting into a business where he's going to make sure in the government that they keep prices as low as possible for me. So my revenues can be as low as possible. Senator Pirtle is listed as a farmer. And he was talking yesterday about this being basic economics. I don't know where he studied economics. And I don't know what kind of farming he's doing, but I doubt that the farming business he's in, he's hoping every year that he gets the lowest price possible and that the government made sure that was the case. We need to keep some kind of limits on the big producers in this state, or a small state like New Mexico will quickly be flooded. And there will be zero opportunities for small guys. It will be really easy for big players to lock them out. So something reasonable, again, that was mentioned by Senator Gerald Ortiz Pino. Big shout out to you. Thank you for that. Some kind of plant limitations that are very high, very reasonable from anyone's perspective, and then have that sunset in the future. Government can come back, review it again, see what's needed as we go along. But at least keep it somewhat fair for all involved. Keep it balanced. All right, so again, this bill is moving on. HB 12 is the one we're talking about. SB 288 also moved along, I believe, so they're both moving in tandem. They both go to the Judiciary Committee. The chairman of the Judiciary Committee is Senator Joseph Cervantes. Please reach out to Senator Joseph Cervantes. Let him know that you are in favor of legalizing cannabis in New Mexico. Specifically, you're in favor of HB 12. If anyone has any questions, reach out to us here at New Mexico Grass. We've got a Twitter handle now. It's at New Mexico Grass. I know we'd love to hear from you. Take care, and we'll update you as we get more.